I was sitting alone in my room last night and remembering how it all began. It was so long ago it seems almost like a dream, and how I wish it was. I had awakened in the early morning. It was still dark. Perhaps 2 or 3 hours had passed since the early morning. I fancied I heard a sound at my front door, perhaps a cat crying for help or hunger. Something dangerous was in the sound. I dreaded going out to it, but somehow I knew that I must. I told myself that it was only a natural concern, but it seemed irrationally to be something more like fate, which pulled at me. When I reached the hallway, I noticed that the old clock had ceased ticking completely. This was unusual, as I kept it in the best possible working order at all times. It was a priceless family heirloom, having been constructed in the time of Louis XIV. The moon coming through the window was shining brilliantly, and I was enraptured for a few moments with the pattern the light made on the paneling next to the clock. Like a gentle falling of snowflakes with their separate and distinct shapes, I imagined that I could see the individual pieces of light as they were broken by their contact with the wall. These observations occupied my full attention for a few minutes, and I believe I was in some kind of hypnotic trance. Silence, in which the saddened soul is inclined to feel more and more like an orphan, all alone in the melancholy evening, looking back at the past as at a flower-covered grave. The final winter, echoing memories of the past. Souls go beyond and memories fade, and the morning light brings no hope to those already gone. But the vampire, supremely sorrowful, immortal creature, in agony, terror, and loneliness eternal, lives on. Pale night, and then I see your face outlined in my mirror, and very sad, a face I know so well, the lines ingrained in my memory, the music whispering. Does it call your name? Melancholia. Where have you been? And now I must tell you something of the details of my life, which is a mystery to me, and which I must understand before the end. There is a sadness within me which can be explained by the circumstances of my life. I will be your hierophant and explain the secret which is my life. I will draw you into my world of shadows and darkness, for which there has been no escape for me, and which is a waking dream of visions, voices, and memory. My dreams are all that keep me alive now. My dreams, and what I create in my dreams, that which I cannot create when I am awake. The visions were always there, every time I looked at a flame, into water, a polished piece of brass. I noticed that no one else took notice of what I saw, and realized that only I must be seeing these strange things. Then one of these visions came to pass, and I finally understood the nature of the gifts which had been a part of my life for so long. I thought, this must come from the gods. I must be destined to worship, to serve them in some way. The richness of the perfume of the burning of the incense is with me, even now. Piles of frankincense and myrrh, offerings to the gods, which let us see what is in our future. And I would speak, babble endless things no one understood, and my words would be inscribed on leaves and carefully arranged in the mouth of the cave. I could smell the uplifting of the trance and see the shift of the world, as I was trained to do. We have lived among you, tasted your fragrant wine, loved, lived, and died in your arms, attracted by your sweetness like moth to flame, your succulence like a flower, a bee sipping pollen. We sip the divine essence of your lives with your open embrace. The century is a feeble price to pay to live in your touch. Societas nox aeternus. Strange to be so silent wept, in perfect chalice blessed, in dreams of white roses, in secret kept, in silence sealed. Thank you for joining me for the Gothic Bohemian Salon. Good night.